in New Jersey for my entire life. For those who don't know where Ventnor is, it's really right outside of Atlantic City in South Jersey. I've lived there with my dad, Stephen, my mom, Catherine, my 20-year-old brother, Stephen, and my 15-year-old brother, Joseph. However, going into my senior year, my family and I experienced something no person should ever have to go through in his or her life. In October of 2012, Ventnor, New Jersey was hit by Superstorm Sandy. My home accumulated 52 inches of salt water from the bay and from the ocean, and then you got the rainwater on top of that. And it ruined all of our belongings that were located downstairs. And then all the time we had spent moving things upstairs and trying to save stuff, that was pretty much useless because our roof blew off and it leaked, so everything was gone. And all this happened while my mom, my brother, and my dog and I stayed upstairs for 5 days without heat or electricity. Since then, we have been displaced several times as our home is infested with mold, it's moved off its foundation, and is so unlivable that the city of Ventnor wants to condemn it. At first, we had a month-to-month rental in Margate, but the owners asked us to leave because they wanted to come back for the spring season. And then we went several weeks in a hotel room and at the Residence Inn in Egg Harbor Township because my parents couldn't find a place to rent, mostly because we had a dog with us, but also because they had really bad credit due to a predatory loan scheme that forced my parents into foreclosure. And then to make matters even worse, we were working off a limited one salary income because my mom lost her job in the casinos. Desperately trying to find somewhere to live, my parents found a 3-bedroom place in Longport, but the owners did a bait and switch on them, and they wanted my parents to sign a lease for a house that wasn't furnished and was a lot smaller than what they originally were going to sign for. Now we're currently in a 2-bedroom apartment. I'm right next to all that. Sure. Right now we're in a 2-bedroom apartment in Ventnor, New Jersey for a family of 5 and a dog. And living here makes it hard to focus on schoolwork. I really take challenging courses. I'm 7th in my class, and my little brother has ADHD, so he needs quiet environment, he needs to study. And then I'm leaving for college this fall at Marshall College in North Carolina, and I'm excited to leave, but leaving my family in a place that isn't their home, it's nerve-wracking for me because they're not comfortable there. I don't want to see them in a place where they're not comfortable. And not only does living here make it hard to with schoolwork and everything, but you get no personal space. I share a room with my little brother, and my little brother gets on my nerves sometimes. I can't really go anywhere. You have our bedroom, you have the bathroom, my parents' bedroom, and then living room and kitchen. So it's just everybody's right there, and it makes everybody pretty testy with one another, and getting on each other's nerves in a situation that's already frustrating. And it's really frustrating because my parents haven't gotten a lot of help from insurance or FEMA in regards to our house. We had to deal with a FEMA representative coming back to our home 4 different times because he didn't know what he was doing, and just had to go through the whole tedious process 4 different times. Started hard enough, and having to go through it again didn't make it easier. And FEMA did help with some of the rent money, but nothing with furniture or other living essentials we needed. Our flood insurance sent an engineer out as well, and his conclusion for our house that was molded and moved off its foundation was simply to replace 50 square feet of siding. Now, I'm not an engineer, I'm not even done high school yet, but I can tell you 50 square feet of siding isn't going to do anything. It might make it look a little better, but it's not going to do anything, not even going to put a dent in repair in our home. Also, we are insured for $250,000, but the insurance company only wants to pay $98,000. And I know $98,000 seems like a lot of money, but even that amount won't fix the damage. Moreover, contacting homeowners insurance proved to be stressful, as an insurance agent didn't show up for almost a month and a half after Sandy happened, and he didn't send a formal statement for over 3 months. They had an appraiser in late December and gave a verbal estimate of $48,000 for the damage, but 30 minutes later, I think to my dad, changed the estimate to $26,000. My dad had an estimate done by an outside contractor that totaled almost $100,000. There's a huge difference between those two numbers. So you can see where a lot of the stress and aggravation on my parents' part comes from. My family was even approached by Habitat for Humanity to see if they could help us out, but the house is so badly damaged, even Habitat for Humanity can't help. You know it's really bad when Habitat for Humanity can't help you. So that just leaves you with a sense of hopelessness and despair. And the last time a flood this bad happened 20 years ago, my dad had actually approached the Small Business Administration for a loan to raise the house, but they denied him. And if they would have granted him that loan, all we would have had to do was power wash, be done, didn't have to stand here and cry in front of all of you, and we would have been good. But unfortunately now we're not underwater loan and owed 8 times more than the property is actually worth. Even so, we desperately want to rebuild and get back into our home, and my dad's innumerable hours on the phone and stress dealing with insurance and FEMA can reassure you of this. Unfortunately, we won't be able to get back into our home for at least a year or 2, but if insurance and mortgage companies would deal fairly, it would greatly help speed up our process as well as everybody else who's going through the similar process. Superstorm Sandy has turned into a horrible nightmare, and I just pray for the day that my family and everybody else